Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Ken, and today I will be doing my review on the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. I just got this a few weeks ago, actually last week, and if you haven't, you can go ahead and check out my unboxing and overview video of this new GoPro Hero 3 Plus. I covered some of the things that comes inside the box and also some of the features, some button layouts and some ports on this device, so check out that video if you haven't. So after a few days of using this camera, I will be telling you guys if you should get it and my personal opinions about this device. Let's go ahead and get started with my review. Alright, first of all, this is my first GoPro, so I did not purchase the previous generation, which was the Hero 3. And also this is the 4th generation of the GoPro lineup. It's the 3 Plus model, it's not the GoPro Hero 4. Similar to the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 5S, it doesn't have a huge difference. So this does have some nice internal changes or internal upgrades, but overall the design is very similar to the GoPro Hero 3. So this is the Black Edition, which is the highest version of the Hero 3 Plus. This is very similar to the last generation. If you look at them side by side, you cannot really tell a difference. Again, I don't have the Hero 3 to compare, but the layouts, the ports, the button layout and everything is at the same location. The only thing that's quite a bit different is the waterproof housing. This is a lot smaller than the last generation, so you can just flip this open and pop the Hero 3 Plus in there. So this is a lot more compact. It's not that bulky anymore and everything is just thinner and smaller. So the highest quality that you can record in is at 4K. I have the box right here, which basically has all the specifications of this camera. You can record 4K videos at 15 frames per second, which is pretty much unusable unless you speed up your video to a really short size and increase the frames per second of your video. You can also record in 2.7K at 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. In my opinion, this is the best option if you want to record a really high quality video, because 4K doesn't really work with 15 frames per second. So 2.7K you can record 30 frames per second, which is very nice. Unfortunately, my monitors doesn't support 2.7K. All of them are 1080p, so it doesn't really display this high quality. But if you do have a really high resolution display, monitor or TV, you can of course record in 2.7K. You can also record in 1080p, 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 frames per second. In my opinion, this is the best resolution to record your videos at, because the file size isn't really that big and this can pretty much display on almost all monitors or TVs. And you can also record 60 frames per second, so you can actually do some cool slow motion shots but still maintain that really high quality resolution. So here are some videos I took using 1080p HD 60 frames per second. So you can do some cool slow motion shots if you think your video is too shaky, and slow motion that to 30 or 24 frames per second. There's a new feature on the 3 Plus, which is the Super View mode. Basically, this allows you to record at extremely wide angles. As you can see in this video footage, you can pretty much see all my arm, everything around me, so it's extremely wide angle, which is a very nice feature if you like to do a lot of outdoor shots, sport videos, or things like that. Next, you can record in 720p, Super View, or normal 720p at 50, 60, 100, or 120 frames per second. So in 720p HD, you can also do some cool slow motion shots using this resolution. And lastly, you can record WVGA 240p, which is the lowest resolution of this GoPro. I don't know why anybody would even record at 240p. Maybe if you have a really small SD card, or if you just want to have really small file size, or you want to record super long videos. Another feature that you can find on the Hero 3 Plus is the auto low light mode. So if you film videos outdoors or indoors at low light situations, this will adjust the frame rate automatically and chooses the best low light performance video mode for your videos. So you should be able to get some really nice looking low light videos. This also has an improved battery life. Compared to the last generation, they claim that this is 25 to 30% better or has a longer battery life by 25 or 30%. So this has a 1180 mAh battery, which can last you about a few hours. According to my experience, I went out and shot a few videos, and I went camping or hiking a few days ago to Cultus Lake, which was about a 2-hour drive, and I got to the lake at around 10 a.m. so in the morning, and I went home at around 4. So that's like what 6 hours, and I still had like 1 bar of battery life. So I can use this for quite a while. So the battery is quite a bit better compared to the last generation. On the Hero 3, you can record non-stop for about 1 hour and 30 minutes, but this one you can record non-stop for around 2 hours. This also has Wi-Fi capability, so you can connect this camera to your smartphone, such as any iOS devices including the iPhone 5S, any iPhone, iPod Touch or iPad. It also works on Android devices such as the HTC One, or I have the Nexus 7 right there, and surprisingly this also works on Windows Phone 8 devices. So here I have the Nokia Lumia 1020, and you can also download the GoPro application on all 3 platforms: iOS, Android, and Windows Phone 8. So I'm just going to use my iPhone to demonstrate this. I can download the GoPro Hero application inside the App Store and just open it, and then you have to press this Wi-Fi button on the GoPro, and then Wi-Fi will be enabled on the GoPro, and then go into your iPhone or any devices, go into settings, enable your Wi-Fi of course, and then connect to the GoPro. If you are not sure how to do this, you can search up a bunch of tutorials on YouTube on how to connect your GoPro to your phone or any other tablets you have. Alright, now let's talk a bit more about this application. This is very useful because as you can see on the GoPro, there are only 2 buttons, and you have to use only these 2 buttons to change all the menu settings and to change basically all the settings, which can be pretty confusing and also very slow. So the application comes in handy if you connect it using Wi-Fi. In the application, you can tap here to choose between 4 different modes, which I'll talk more in detail later in this video. And right beside that, you can see all your media, all the videos or photos that you have taken on this camera, and you can tap to preview or to view the video, but this plays back at a really low resolution. You can also tap on the settings menu. Here you can change all sorts of settings. In the camera settings, you can change your resolution and your frame rate, your field of view, turn on or off auto low light. You can choose your photo resolution, continuous shot, burst rate, and time-lapse second intervals. And scroll down, you can change your capture settings, you can delete different files or everything in your SD card, change your Wi-Fi settings, wireless controls so you can connect to your Wi-Fi remote. You can also check your battery level and also your SD card capacity. Also, as you can see, this gives you a live view of your camera, which is basically a small monitor on your device. Of course, this isn't going to show up in high definition because of the Wi-Fi connection. Since this is connected to Wi-Fi, it is expected that this does have some lag. Well, it's not really that laggy, it's just that this has slow reaction. So if you turn your camera that way, it takes a few milliseconds to transfer the data to this device, so it does have slow reactions on the iPhone or any other devices. They also improved their Wi-Fi chip in their camera, so you should be able to connect to your device faster, so you can preview your videos or photos that you just took, and you can view it on your devices extremely fast. Speaking of the Wi-Fi on the camera, they also have this remote. You can turn on your camera, change different modes, and change different options in the menu settings, and of course you can take pictures and record videos. Nothing too special here. A really cool feature of this remote is that you can control up to 50 cameras from distances up to 180 meters or 600 feet. Alright, now let's talk about the photo quality of this camera. Not just filming videos, of course, you can also take pictures. You can take 5, 7, or 12 megapixel resolution pictures. So here are some photos that I took. As you can see, this does have some really nice colors and it's really saturated, and overall it looks really nice with the wide angle effect. This also has a burst photo mode of 12 megapixel, and you can shoot 30 frames per second. So in 1 second you can shoot 30 photos, which is very impressive for a camera this small. And the last mode is a time-lapse mode. So you can take pictures in 60, 30, 10, 5, 2, 1, or 0.5 second intervals. So here are some more videos I filmed on this camera. Alright, let's go back and talk a bit more about this waterproof housing. So this, as I said, is quite a bit smaller than the last generation, and you can go underwater up to 40 meters. Compared to the last generation, which was 60 meters, you cannot really go down that much anymore. Maybe it's because of the smaller build of this waterproof housing, but if you really want to go that deep into the water, 60 meters, you can still put the Hero 3 Plus inside the old waterproof housing, which will fit because the Hero 3 Plus and the Hero 3 are pretty much at the same size. Alright, now let's talk about the audio or the microphone on this camera. I'm not sure how it sounds on the previous generation again, so I can't really compare, but in my opinion this sounds pretty good. So right now I'm using the Blue Yeti microphone to record this audio, and now I'm going to film myself, and you guys can hear the audio on that camera. So I'm going to switch to the GoPro in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so now you're listening to the GoPro microphone, the GoPro Hero 3 Plus microphone right here, and tell me how it sounds. In my opinion, the audio or the microphone on this camera doesn't matter that much, simply because if you do a lot of outdoor shots or if you do a lot of outdoor sports videos, you don't really need these audio. Most likely you will put music over your video. Alright, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for future videos like this one. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a nice day.